Hi Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott and I have a big pile of photos that I just got back from the developer, like huge, and I have organized them loosely into different events. And so when I have a big stack of photos like this, it feels really good to get as many photos on the page as possible. So one really easy way to do that is to use these 3x4 cards that people use in Project Life. These particular ones are Hello Again, and they're Cardavilla, and I love the way they feel. And so I am just going to cut these up, and I am going to make like a 2-page spread, and it's going to be a grid design, and it will hopefully go together very quickly. I'm not used to this page cutter, but I'm trying to get used to it here. So what I want to do is cut some 3x4 cards, and then I want to cut my photos into that same 3x4. So I want all of the photos to go in the same direction, and for this layout I think I want to do like a 2-page layout that's going to be pretty much all Project Life cards and photos, like intermingled. Let's just see. But it's not going to be in a Project Life. Like I've got the photo sleeves, but I'm just going to make this on. And I think this one could go. Since it says, remember that one time? They could go that way, even though we'll see. We'll see how we do for space. So what I want to do is have the cards available, but I'm not sure the ratio. Like I would want to say I'm probably going to want to have like 2/3 photos and 1/3 cards, and then I might even do like one of the columns in the grid for a title. So those are some of the, and so the subject of this page is going to be this, the things we do together. And one of the things the kids and I do together is that when my husband is very handy, he can fix anything. He also hates Disney World. Well, he doesn't hate it, but he doesn't want to go. And so when he needs to do some work on the house, a lot of times, and we've just done this since they were little, it's just easy for me to take the kids over, because we live about an hour and a half away from Disney World, to take them over to Orlando while he gets whatever it is needs to be done on the house. So my kids and I have a total routine when it comes to Disney World. So these are the Project Life type cards that I've gathered. There are 10 of them. So I'm just going to lay them out. What I really want to do is get 2 pieces of cardstock. And these aren't the ones that I'm going to be using. I might even just use white pieces of cardstock, but this will just help me to place them. So I'm thinking that one of the first columns of the paper will be like the title, like our Disney routine or something like that. And so what I want to do is kind of place these out so we are always happy, 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 and then like maybe this goes towards the beginning because I've got a call for the reservations, and then this is the things we do together, maybe like this. So I'm just starting to arrange them so that I don't necessarily want it to be like everyone alternating. I think I want to make it a little less predictable than that, but let's just see. Let's go for this. So that's kind of my thought so far. It is a little predictable, I guess, like in the design of it, but we'll see how that goes. So now I want to just cut my photos, and they're going to be 4 inches high, so I just need to cut them to 3 inches each and just trim them. So that's pretty easy. And when you have a big stack of photos like that, you feel a little less precious about each individual photo. Whereas if I had photos of like my newborn baby and I was back in the days of film, I would feel like not so, I wouldn't just be cutting so quickly. But because I have that huge stack of photos, and most of these photos are like, you know, I haven't done a lot of editing. They're just random candids. So it's going to be easy for me to be able to cut them up because I don't feel like super sentimental about them. And there is one of my loud children coming home. Now I can hear her. So I'm just basically telling the story here of like how we get to Orlando and what we usually do over there. So I want this to tell kind of a story. And as I'm going through, so part of the thing that we do is we go to Blizzard Beach, but that's not the only, like we don't go there every single time, but we do like the water parks over at Disney because they're usually not very crowded, and it's just a fun day, and you know, in Florida it's usually hot, so I'm just randomly placing these. I like this one of the 3 shadows. Let's see if I can get that in there. Oh, you know what? I could just leave that in as a full. Instead of dividing that up, I'm just going to leave that in as a full 4x6. I think that works. And I think I could, you know, I could trim that down, but it's also a little bit nice to have that big expanse where there's a lot, you know, there's a lot going on. So I think that'll be just fine. Let's see. I'm just really quickly going through. Okay, here's one that I would probably like to use because every time we go, we usually will take a picture. It's part of our routine to take a picture when we get in. So this one's going to be a little bit different because it's, I've got to make it into 4 inches. So I don't think I have that measurement on this little thing, this little page cutter. So I'm just using, I just put one of the cards next to it as my measurement. That's a good way to do it both ways, but I do have the 3-inch mark here. So what can I tell you? I went to a big long conference today, and it is the weekend, and it feels like probably the last weekend that we're going to have before the crush of the holidays. Because it's like the calm before the storm. We all know like the Christmas craziness is coming. It is. It's soon. We're almost there. Oh, I can hear little ones pitter-pattering up the stairs. I'm gonna need to say hi to them, but I will. I'll catch up with you when I've gotten a little bit further with this layout. I'm planning to make a whole bunch of videos tonight, and hopefully a whole bunch of layouts.